let's do roll call when you're ready.
Flores,
Here.
Gonzalez,
Here.
Hussein, Jost,
Here.
Masajak, here, Pelletier, here, Puzo, here.
Even though it's not on the agenda, we are gonna do the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think we should do roll call after, but you know, we got, we made it happen, so. Okay. So first, we'll make a motion to approve the regular board meeting minutes from October 13th, 2022.
I'll second it.
Any questions? Comments, corrections?
All those in favor of approving the minutes from October 13th, 2022, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Next up, public comments, agenda items only. It is just us here tonight. President's report, I don't have anything. So we can move on to, committee reports. We'll make note that Mohammed was here at 7:40.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
No worries. So we'll go to the finance first.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the financial reports for October 2022.
Second.
General ledger. So, wait, I have a question. Okay, I'm jumping the gun here. But that, the PMA, which is 400, that one CD became due, correct?
It matured.
Matured, well, whatever, and was put in the,
It's in a PMA account. So
Oh, it's
that
just in that
412
account.
is
That's what
just
I
a
wanted to know.
PMA. So I am gonna leave it in there. I didn't roll any of this over in the past few months because I wanted to keep this as liquid as possible in case we needed to access this money, depending on what happened with the property tax receipts. So right now, it's just sitting at PMA. And when property tax money comes back in, I'll start getting information about CDs to reinvest, and then we'll start reinvesting that again, is my goal.
oh, so it's not earning any interest or anything?
Well,
It is a PMA?
It is a PMA
Just
right
regular,
now.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, I can ask, I'm not sure if in this account, I think it earns some interest in this account. Possibly not as much as if it was
Right,
invested in
right,
a CD.
because if you're investing in
Yeah,
this.
I think it is
Okay,
a
I just
small interest
wanted,
bearing, but I can find out for sure.
yeah, I didn't know how, where it would go.
Yeah,
You know,
right now it's just at
It's still
PMA.
there, okay, all right. Income statement, any questions?
Yes. Why under the revenues are there two interest income lines? One's 10-3930 and the other's 20.
I don't know. Possibly. Oh, you know what? I don't know. It's actually, I don't know why it was added separate. It is, here's one, sorry. One is 10-3930. 10 is our general fund, the operating fund.
Okay.
20 funds are special reserve funds.
Got it.
So
Okay.
that's why. So
Makes sense.
the account numbers are the same, but the fund is different. The 10 is operating and 20 is special reserves.
Okay. And then I have one more question. The 10-8,000 library supplies and the 3 following with the parentheses. So that means they were credited? Am I reading that wrong?
Which one are you looking at again?
10-8,000.
So just in the.
Oh,
Under
expenses.
expenses.
In
Yes,
parentheses?
Yes.
because, we had coded, an expense incorrectly earlier in the year.
Oh,
And
okay, so then I got.
And I caught it, we were
Okay.
doing something and I noticed that it had been coded incorrectly, so that's why it would be negative. So it had been recoded.
Okay.
Into another budget line.
Got it.
I think it was recoded into 6330, which is staff databases, I believe. I think it was that, but that's why it's showing up that way.
That sounds about right.
Thank you.
No more questions on that. The check register, any questions?
Looking good?
I guess it's kind of a small thing, like for Christmas, usually his program is once a month, right? But I see he got like a 250 and then a little 65.
It depends on, it just depends. So,
He's doing a program with adult services.
Oh,
so
okay.
normally it's not services, so, yeah.
Got it. I didn't know he was doing an adult program too.
Yeah, he doesn't usually. This is a new one.
His name always sticks out on the,
Yeah, I know.
on the register, you know, so when I saw it twice.
Yeah, it's a very popular program too.
Okay, we'll vote on the October financial reports. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hussein,
Yes.
Jost,
Yes.
Mason,
Yes.
Pelletier, yes, Kuzo,
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Okay. Next committee report is, facilities. There's no report this month.
I have some building updates that I can do on my director report.
Yeah, but, you know, that's, you know, kind of our current, you know, project of the exterior, that's kind of what's, happening with facilities, although we can kind of look at, doing a facilities, you know, meeting, if that is helpful to, just to kind of make sure if there's anything we need to review, so we can kind of discuss that in it.
Yeah, we can.
I mean, we discuss a lot of the facility stuff here, so, policy, we will revisit that under unfinished, business, just finalizing the, finance and purchasing policy. Staff reports, so, I know you wanna cover a couple, building, updates, and, I did wanna just make sure, you know, did see Pam's, bullet point on the second page about, the MERF contribution, which, you know, which is later in the packet too, that we'll see as well, so, I'm sure that was fun, so.
Yeah, it's always fun with that.
So, yeah, if any,
Does anyone have any questions
Yes.
about any of the reports before I give some other updates in addition to what I've been?
I don't have any questions on this, but I do have a question regarding the gutters. Okay, I was out there with Paulo Tuesday
Okay.
as I was leaving. He's looking up and I'm going, what are you looking for? He said, I'm looking for a seam. There are no seams in those gutters. I just want to know how they did it.
I mean, I hear them cutting metal, I'm not.
I know
sure, but-
it comes in a flat sheet and they mold them, and, you know, they have a machine that moves. But it's over 50 feet, it's more than 50 feet. I'm like, it's amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, and these are commercial strength. I mean, they're not just
Oh,
like.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it'll be really nice when it's done.
Right, but if you, I just want to.
I'll try to remember to ask them
It's
tomorrow or
like,
talk to
if you-
Jason.
During the day, just look, there are no, and all the way across, there are no seams, and there's not a truck big enough that can bring that piece of sheet, that metal out there. There isn't. It's so long.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, they've been out there.
I didn't
They
take a
come
look
in
at
a
the
roll.
seat.
I know.
Now
It
I
could be in a roll, it could be, but,
It does come in a roll when they were.
but it's like, it's so long, how,
Even cutting it, shaping it, and getting it
exactly
up.
right,
yeah.
I mean, it's.
Without
yeah.
hoops and folded.
Yeah, okay.
I'll try to
We
find
will
out.
all look at the seams in the.
I want you to
daylight.
know, there are no seams, you will not,
Well, I
and
know,
if
we
you
will
find
all-
one, call me.
Okay.
I would also say to, and the roof.
One
the
solid
the new
piece. It's
shingles
amazing. I
look
mean, it's
really nice,
beautiful.
too. Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks
Good.
very
Yeah, the
sleek
roof,
and
the roof and the
clean and-
gutters. and,
Will need it to be done.
yeah. Any other questions before I give a little bit more explanation?
Great news about the 7-8 stand? I
Yeah,
was happy-
so we'll,
happy
you know,
to-
I mean, it's just, mostly just to protect ourselves so that we don't, so no one can come back and say, no, you have to stop using this name, that kind of thing. So that was our primary purpose of doing it, as we started to see commercial entities doing it. Just a quick update about the property taxes. I just saw, on the TRIP site, about 20 minutes ago, that the, property tax bills will be posted online as soon as next Tuesday, and they should be mailed out to people by December 1st, and they're due December 30th. So I am looking forward to getting that second round of our tax dollars, because as money just continues to go down in our accounts, it's making me a little nervous, so I just found that out tonight. Like I said, I read that in the Tribune. There hasn't been any formal announcement from Cook County, like, to taxing bodies, and they may not do anything, because they didn't really send us any kind of announcement about the delay of the taxes as well. So, fingers crossed that that is really true. You know, less good for people that are paying the taxes, but it will be good for us as a taxing institution. I have a number of building updates. The roof work has been completed. There's just a few little places here and there that have to do that. If you get a chance to look at it, it's all of the roof except for the part that's over the Baxter room. So it looks really nice. It's not quite the same color, but I think it's close enough that it looks great, and that's the new shingles, like night and day. So that's good. Gutter installation, as Carlotta mentioned, that's taking place now, should be completed by tomorrow. So after that, what will happen is we'll get ice melt, which is the electrical stuff that goes in the gutters to keep ice from forming in the gutters. And I believe we did a resubmittal on that because it didn't go quite as far in some areas that we wanted it to. So I believe that should probably be installed next week after we get the second submittal from them. The railing installation, all those submittals have been approved. We're still waiting on start date, but I believe that might be next week as well. I don't know if you remember, but when we did the facilities assessment and they noticed the lack of insulation at this end of the building, that is actually being installed. Is that what you say about installation?
Are they
Put in.
blowing it in, or are they?
They are blowing it in, but one of the things that we just discovered the other day was, and I think when they came out to give us some pricing and you know, talk about options, you know, they looked into the attic areas and were able to take a lot of pictures, but they hadn't actually gone very far into them. And so one of the things that the insulation guys noticed the other day when they were here just kind of getting ready for things, which we were hoping to start tomorrow, is that there's no floor in the attic. So there's nothing in between this drop ceiling and up.
Really?
Yeah. So Jason was rather shocked that they were able to build this building, especially because this section was done in the late 70s that was not to code. So I said, it's this building, so who knows? So what they are going to be doing is doing some reinforcement of the area above here and that way. That's going to happen tomorrow and Monday. And and then they will blow in the insulation on Tuesday. So, so they're actually putting the tube to blow in the insulation through, where Jan, our new marketing person, sits, where it used to be where Karina sat upstairs, run through the hallway by the elevator, in through the Cooper room, and then into that attic area that's off of there. So, yeah, so that will be next Tuesday. There is an increase in price for that, obviously, because there's more work, but the cost of that is covered in the contingency that was built into the SMC contract, so we should be okay with that. The heating unit and for the downstairs in the YS area, you guys approved that before. We had the first part of that done time was lost all meeting, a couple months ago, last month, I can't remember exactly when. The second part, the actual heating component, is being installed on Tuesday. So that will happen, so that will be good because it's gonna be cold after the gorgeous weather today, and so that will be happening then. No adverse effect on programming for the insulation. We did cancel the movie on Tuesday morning, not so much because they'll be working in here and above, we think, tomorrow and Monday, but then Tuesday, there'll be noise up above, so we thought it best to cancel the movie. There was only 7 people registered, so that should be fine. The Cooperman room, the old new Cooperman room, the room outside the elevator by my office, as you know, it has, we've had leaking problems there a couple of times, so the carpet is pretty badly stained. So we got a quote to replace the carpet, which I think I'm gonna move forward with, for approximately $6,000. That will be to recarpet, to remove the carpet, put new carpet down, and that price is under the, Jason had looked at the quote as well and said that with anything under $10 per square foot is a really reasonable price, and this comes in under $10 a square foot. We're gonna be using Johnson Flooring, who did the YS carpet downstairs, and that tile. And we were unable to get other quotes. So, and they got back to us, and it was a reasonable price, so we're moving forward with that. And I think that's everything.
Is it gonna match the other carpet?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, it's a separate room completely from the hall. So, I think it's in that same kind of family with the stripes, but it's gonna be like a lighter gray and a darker gray.
Yeah.
So it may not match the hallway exactly, but it will be close enough that, like I said, because it's a separate room, I felt like we could, it was fine. So it's very much in keeping in what's up there already.
It will flow.
It will flow. So that's, my goal was to try to get that room, stop using it just as kind of a storage dump for now. And right now it's got, like the poster printer and some stuff for marketing, and we've got that part blocked off. But then the rest of it has just really kind of been overflow of stuff that as we've gotten rid of other areas that we were able to put stuff, we put up there. So my goal was to have that set up so that we could once again start meeting as a board in that room, and then also smaller programs, and if we wanted to allow the public to use that space again. So by the end of this year, so that's my goal.
Can't you panel it off? Not panel it, but have one of those
Dividers.
We do have a
dividers,
divider.
so you.
Well, we've got it's not a full floor to ceiling divider, but we do have a fairly large divider that will, if like the board is in that room or whatever, it will block off almost all of the marketing stuff. Yeah. So we talked about putting a wall or something there, but I didn't want to have to get into permitting and different things like that, and airflow and different things. So right now we thought it was an inexpensive option for us to at least mark off part of the room that we were leaving for marketing. So I think that was everything I had to say. Any questions about anything I elaborated on? There's a lot going on all at once. So, but just like I said, wanted to give you guys an update on everything.
How did you get the end of the parking lot partition, with the fence around it? Just asking.
They come out and they put that up.
But how did they say, Martha, say you could do it?
We told them.
And it was, I don't care, I just wanna know.
Well, first of all, I wasn't aware that they would need so much. So it's actually gotten smaller, the area that they blocked off. If you've been here for a while, it was bigger. And I was a little shocked because I was not really aware that they would need that much staging in that particular area. But when I contacted St. Martha's, you know, I said, this is going on, we might be using some of the space in the parking lot. And Lori, who is the new contact person over there, the new secretary over there, she indicated that was not a problem.
Yeah, I was just wondering, yeah.
I'm paying enough money for it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, we're paying up on rent for crying
Yeah,
out
I mean,
loud.
but basically, it's, right, I mean, we could, I don't know if there's anything, I've read the lease pretty carefully with the latest one that they sent, because I'm always frustrated because it just keeps going up and up and up, and I'm like, you're not really improving
It's neighborly.
anything. And, so, at least the last time I talked to her, or no, I actually talked to, I was emailing with someone from the Archdiocese, and they seemed more open to potentially negotiating that, going forward after this agreement expires, but.
Good luck.
I know, so, I mean, it'd be different if it was like a building or something we were renting and like costs of maintenance went up, but I mean, really, they've redone the parking lot once, and then the only other thing that they do is snow removal, so, and yet every year I'm paying 3% more, so. So I didn't feel too badly, but I did let them know that this was happening and it would be a short period of time, and I know it's not been an issue so far, so.
Any other questions for Pam?
Okay, so we're at unfinished business, director evaluation, which we will visit in executive session. So, next up is the finance and purchasing policy. Did everybody get a draft of that? I got 2 copies.
Did you? So did someone not get a copy?
Yeah, that's why I was double checking, so. I have 2 of these also.
Well, as long as everyone, at least everyone got a copy,
Yeah.
so.
This is the final cleaned up, Frank looked over it.
I'll make a motion to approve the finance. and
Thank you.
purchasing policy.
Second.
Thank you.
And just to clarify, under internal controls, it says administrative staff shall establish. Does that mean it doesn't exist yet, or do you?
It does exist,
It does?
yeah.
Should we say use instead of staff, administrative staff shall use a system? Because established means you're about to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can add and use, or say administrative staff shall use. I'm actually okay with established, and there was no legal pushback on that, or suggested changes. And the reason that I'm comfortable leaving it as established is because those controls could change over time, depending on internal procedures. So we could be, you know, that could be an ongoing process of tweaking those internal control procedures.
So that's more of like a fluid thing that you could
Potentially,
potentially.
right, yeah. Like, you know, as we change banks, for example, you know, some of our internal control procedures may change, or, you know, that kind of thing. So that's why it was, and there was no indication from legal counsel that should be anything different.
We'll vote on that policy. Hussein?
Yes.
Jost?
Yes.
Eastick?
Yes.
Pelletier, yes. Kuzo?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
All right, next up, we're under new business. I will make a motion to approve the 2023 regular board meeting dates. Pretty straightforward, we usually go second Thursday at 7 PM. We often do cancel the July or August meeting depending on how things are going, but that'll be
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to approve the list of 2023 holidays.
I'll second.
This includes all the major holidays. You did note as well that the library closes at 5 PM on Thanksgiving Eve, New Year's Eve. Any questions about any of that?
Okay, Lisa Jeff?
Yes.
Pelletier, yes. Rizzo?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Hussein?
Yes.
Jost?
Okay. Next, I will make a motion to approve, resolution number 2022-6, resolution authorizing transfer of funds from the general library fund account 104060 to general library fund account 104050.
Second.
So, as I mentioned in my report, the MRF report, which unfortunately, the recommended contribution we don't usually get until after our budget is done. And, this past year's, contribution went up, considerably more than was, anticipated last year with, the report, you know, based on previous years. As you may remember from the budget documentation that I hand out, that the MRF plan is the Municipal Employees Retirement Fund. That is the older fund that the library continues to participate in. Right now, we have one part-time person who participates, so the funds going into that continue to decrease. And there are still people that are pulling money out of that and will for, you know, who knows? We were fortunate that we did have, three, when Kevin retired, he took a lump sum, so that was good, so we're not having to pay that. Monthly, Natalia took a lump sum as well, and Blanche, when she retired, all took lump sums. But there are still a number of people that are still getting monthly annuities, so, we will continue to have to fund that. The indication is that next year will probably also be in about the $208,000 to $210,000 range of what we will have to pay into for this, which is more than I had planned for. So I anticipate that next year, we will make a similar transfer between funds as we've done this year. I'm waiting now to see, you know, we'll wait till it gets closer to the end of the year in 2023, just to make sure that, right now, we have, you know, a handful of people that are not taking our health insurance, and so, but I still have to budget for that in case they leave our employment and we hire someone else and they do participate in health insurance. So, I'll have to wait to make that transfer next year. But right now, because we do have the additional funds in the health insurance line, that's what I'm asking the board to approve, is just to move the monies, the extra monies in the health insurance line to the retirement line to cover that contribution, that annual contribution that we have to make to MRF.
Vote on the resolution. Pelletier? Yes. Rizzo?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Hussein?
Yes.
Jost?
Yes.
Lisa Jeff?
Yes. All right. So, to talk about director evaluations, so, I'll make a motion to go into executive
I
session.
think before you do that.
Oh, you wanna leave first? Okay.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's up to you, that's fine.
The
Thank
one
you.
thing that I did want to point out that, one of the things that Suzanne noticed when we were going through, when she was going through and making sure that we had approved, or written approved minutes for the, before we destroyed the recordings, that oftentimes that it wasn't stated what the meeting was when we were going into an executive session. So Suzanne actually this afternoon created a little guideline, the process and what to say, so that on the recordings, we know what we're listening to.
Got it.
That makes sense?
Um,
So you'll make the motion from here,
Well, right, that's what's, yeah,
Right.
that's what.
And then, just when you call
So
them.
this should still be recorded here though, right?
The motion to go into executive session should be recorded on the
Yep.
tape. Then we'll stop that, and
Then you turn
then you
it on.
start a recording.
Yeah. Okay, are we,
We don't-
we're still on? Okay, so I'll make a motion to go into executive session for the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body as allowed per 5 ILCS 122C1.
I'll second.
And I believe you have to roll call that.
Okay. Puzo? Here. Flores?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Hussein?
Yes.
Jost?
Yes.
Masajek?
Here, yes.
Pelletier?
Yep. All right, so we are recording, it is 8:19 PM. I'll make a motion to go back into open session.
Oh, sorry.
Will someone second?
What time?
Carla,
Yeah,
second.
8:19.
I second.
Oh, thank you, Carla.
I'm sorry.
Roll call.
Let me just line this up here. Okay. Okay, Flores?
Here.
Gonzalez?
Here.
Hussein?
Here.
Jost? Here. Masajek?
Here.
Pelletier here. Puzo? Here. Thank you.
Okay. We are keeping with our timeline. We will vote on what we discussed in December. So we're good. The one thing just that we would like is if you can please have your written goals for 2023
Oh, yeah.
for December.
Yep, sorry. I can send those to you too if I get them done before that.
Okay,
So,
yeah, yeah, so if you can, it just in our packets or
Yeah.
before then is fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, my apologies. Just totally.
No,
spaced
it's,
out.
as long as we have them by December, then, yeah.
Can I request a digital packet for December? So that nobody has to drive to my house?
You can. Okay.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to request a digital packet?
No, I see.
I appreciate the environmental impact, but I do like that.
I work in
A number of
sustainability,
times, so,
this is-
okay, okay.
I do think I retain things better when I'm holding a physical.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's see, I was looking at that list right now, and I want to.
I do too, I mean, you know, unless it's like
Yeah,
a
but
blame
you've got
kind of
to be
thing, then
going-
I, you know.
I was looking at like.
You make notations.
Yep.
And you, yeah.
I will be happy to do that. If you change your mind in between now and then, just let me know.
If it's hard, I really don't.
It doesn't really matter either way. I mean, I gather all of the information that is included in the packets. I have it all online, it's all on my computer, so, so it's just as easy for me to send that all to you. It's just, you may
You're
get a
not gonna
couple.
get it like one big package, you're gonna get different.
I mean, you'll probably get 2 or
That's
3
okay.
emails, just, like I've done in the past when we've had to meet via Zoom and stuff, so, yeah, that's no problem at all.
Yeah. Communications, none, no?
Oh, did everybody not get one of these in their packets?
No, here we go.
Okay, I had a second one, so I didn't know
Yeah.
if somebody was missing one.
Yeah. Public comments, non-agenda items, it is still just us, so, meeting is adjourned, it's 8:21.